Hello again. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you the HTML structure, how HTML is being organized, and the anal. So we're going to study the organization of information in an HTML document, analyzing its basic structure, then how it's divided, and what type of content corresponds to each section. Let's get our hand dirty with code. There's a basic structure you need to set up in your file. This structure isn't only required for your document to be compliant, but will also allow you to provide useful information about your document. I'm going to explain the doc type, the HTML head tags, and the body. One thing you need to know is that every HTML document must begin with a basic declaration that identifies its type, and this is basic declaration. Now, another thing I want you to get from this, let me show you how I got this. If you are using Visual Studio Code, if you hold Shift and press the exclamation mark and press enter, it automatically generates the HTML files for you. But suppose let me open a new file. This file is not HTML file, it's just a blank file. If I try to do the same, exclamation mark, it's not going to give me anything. Why? Because the extension has to be .html. When you do that, when you add HTML as the extension, Visual Studio Code will automatically understand that, oh, you want to write HTML file. That is, you want to write web pages, and format the everything for you based on the extension we have installed. It's inserted using a special tag, that is doc type, and this, you are trying to tell this that I want to write HTML, just the same way that you would like to write MS Word document. So if you have this, it automatically dictate that, oh, this guy wants to write HTML, and the language you want to use will be English. This doesn't really matter anyways. Now, one thing you need to know, that the head controls the body. That is, everything you see here will not show in your browser, but to show somewhere hidden in your browser. I'm going to explain that. For instance, this title is located somewhere here. When you go to google.com, by default you will see a title here called Google or something like that. By default you will see Google or google.com. For you to be able to see Google or google.com, let me try and close some of this page. This is Google. That is your title. Another thing you need to know is that these meta tags, the meta tags describe the page. Let's say, for instance, you go to google.com and search for your favorite website. Your website will come up like this: the name of your website and a short description. I'm going to explain all this later on, and this is good for SEO. Whatever you want to do here, all SEO, SEM, and everything resides here. Within the body, you can also specify your style sheet. I'm going to be talking about that one later. You can add JavaScript and lots more. So, in summary, The head section, HTML can be divided into two sections, the head and the body. The head section is a container for metadata about the document. This metadata can be classified in 5 categories according to the elements used. We have the title, like I said the other time. We have the style. You can decide to add style and specify the URL, the source. We have the script, and we have statements like this. I'm going to show you how to write style and scripts in future videos. Or better still, let me quickly write a style for you. You can either write your style here or somewhere else, but I'm going to write it here directly. I could say table, open bracket and close the brackets. I can say the width of the table equals 100%, and the border color equals black. This is my style for this page. Don't worry, I'm going to show you many things about styles, CSS, and all that. The next thing I want to talk about is the script. To write a script, I could say results equals 0. This is similar to JavaScript, and in fact, it's a JavaScript. I can say function for my JavaScript. The name of the function is increment, and that function accepts value of amount. I'll open the function and close the tab. Don't worry, I'm going to explain all of this. And I'll say results equals or plus equals amounts. Excellent. I'll close my tab. Not only that, I can reference other links from here, but I'm not going to do that from here. I'll talk about that one much later. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the body. I will write h1 like header equals welcome. Now let me explain this. The body of a document is simply the container for its renderable parts. This is a place to start writing your content, adding headings, paragraph, images, videos, and all that. And the section your visitor will immediately access when the page is loaded. There are several things you can use inside this HTML element. For example, you could place here all the elements created in the practice of the previous tutorial that I mentioned, and many other things. Don't worry, we're going to be dealing with many of these in future videos. I hope you have been able to understand the meaning of HTML structure. HTML contains two sections or components, the head and the body. We're going to be dealing with many of these much later. Thank you.